Hey, hello, welcome back to some Fire Emblem Thracia 776 negative growths with Mekkah and Raisins. How you doing?
I'm doing super good, super well. And here we are in Thracia, about to go into the dreaded chapter. Hold on, 14? Yes, I got the number right.
You can't make a mistake with this save file setup.
I know. I was like, this is a tricky chapter coming up, isn't it? Three?
It's a big chapter. You could tell I went through some revisions for my strategy here. It's a complicated one. It's a complex one. There'll be low web preps right here. So it's the Siege of Tara. It's the first defend map in Thracia, the first of two. Very interesting chapter with a lot going on that I'm better off explaining as we go along than beforehand. But I think everyone who's played Thracia for the first time had a good time with this one because it's so epic. It's such an epic chapter. It has a great theme to it too. It's absolutely marvelous, and we'll see why as we go along.
Was it the first defend map in the series? I'm trying to think of one in there's not an FE4. I mean, there's they attack your castle.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of ones in FE1, 2, or 3, and none come to mind. Is this the first defend map?
I think you might be right. I can't think of any either. FE5 started the whole different objectives thing too when you think about it too. Because FE4, it's everything is C's. FE1, everything is C's besides the final boss. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's the first one.
And obviously it's not the first Fire Emblem map where this attack you.
No.
Right? There are other maps where you're in a position and enemies approach you.
Yes.
But this is the first one where it's specifically defend.
Yeah, you have to defend. I believe it's the Tara gates. If they can get in the city, that's okay. If they destroy a bunch of civilian houses, manner of speaking, they don't actually do that. That's fine. But if they get here to this castle tile, all is lost. We have to stop. We have to defend this for, I believe it's 10 turns. I think that's what it says. Yeah, defend it for 10 turns. That's what we got to do. And if some might say that the best kind of defense is a good offense, right? And that's often true in Fire Emblem. In this chapter, you can cheese it really hard by just playing a really good defense, setting up a really good defense. And that's partially what I'm going to do, but I didn't want this chapter to be a cheese fest where we just sit there for 10 turns doing nothing and talking about the weather. I considered actually pre-recording it and doing a post-commentary with me just doing that. And I realized, actually there are some exciting things we could do that make it fun, that can also be rewarding in some ways, that I'll be doing instead. I was trying to set that up in advance, but it turns out it's harder than it looks, and so I'll just do it live and share my failures with you all, because I'm sure there will be failures. And I deployed a team with a heist in mind. We're gonna get some heisting done.
Gonna get some heist?
Yeah, but first we need to set up the perimeter a little bit properly, because I don't want to defend the way the chapter wants me to defend. I don't want to stand in range of all these stupid ballistas with our 5 million ranges. I don't want to fight against 10,000 armor knights at once. There's just 10 here, and then a group of 10 more here with a boss. I don't want to fight all those guys at once. Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah, what's the boss stats too? Or?
The boss is a big threat. We could talk about him in a little bit. I'd like to take it one by one.
Yeah.
There's a lot to talk about. So the first thing I like to do is disable these ballistas over here. They cover a huge portion of the city, and if you get rid of them, then all you got left for ballistas is these, because there's no ballistas at the bottom, so a lot of the city becomes freer when you get these ballistas out of the way. You can use the sleep staff, with Salem or with Safi. You can use the thief staff with Tina if you have her. You can nick their ballista and then sell it at the shop. But what I've decided to do is something different, which is use Olwen with the bolting tome that we unlocked last chapter. So what I'm going to do is I'm put Leif over here with the Kingmaker. He supports Olwen, so now he has Charm, and he supports Olwen for a plus 20 hit and crit and everything else. And this is the exact tile where she can reach them with bolting, so we go here, hit this guy. Thank you for hitting.
Crap, it doesn't double, right?
Yeah, it never doubles. I mean, even if she could, she has no attack speed with it. Olwen literally has 0 attack speed with everything that's heavier than her speed, so yeah.
No,
even with Dire Thumb, it's just 0 attack speed. It's not happening. Stop trying to make it happen. It's not happening.
Illegally double.
Yeah. I'm gonna go over here.
This will be the crit.
Yeah.
No.
If I crit, I save some boltings. That's nice.
There you go.
Okay, and we'll just park her back here. And actually, I'm gonna do the same with this ballista over here. And now that this portion of the city is free, I could just park units here and not have to worry about their safety. Nana needs to visit a house over here, so I'm gonna move over here. This is again just out of range of the ballista range. And
I do know the house you're talking about.
Yeah, it's this house over here. And we'll need someone to help her out next turn. That'll probably be Finn, so he'll be here or something. He can probably help with something this turn, so I'll just hold off on that move for a little bit. Let's see. We could talk about the boss when he moves. I was thinking now would be a good time to do some character analysis before we forget, because we have 2 new characters, and we have an old character that's been with us for a while that we still have to talk about. So,
oh, yes, we have Trude. Shall we do Trude first? We recruited him first.
Yeah, sure. He can go first. He can go first with Trude. So,
well, it's also because it's simplest to say I've never recruited this guy. I didn't even know he existed.
Yeah, that's why I think we left him off in 12X because we already had Tina and Pern to talk about. So we just kind of finished the chapter before we got him. Also, we put him to sleep, so we couldn't really check his stats out properly. But now we can. And
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
this seems good. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is there something funny about his growths, or like something hidden, or some? Oh,
yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Don't mind the scroll. That's just the plus 30 and plus 10 stuff that you see in there. His growths.
Yeah.
I personally don't really like him. I don't know about you.
Wait, really? Like, obviously, so like, I need to remove myself from the context of negative growths for a moment, right? Because like,
yeah,
and just thinking about in the context of the normal playthrough. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything like super special to this guy, right? Like he could. It feels like he could be a generic Myrmidon, but the stats are still good enough that like I feel like I could make it work, you know?
Yeah, I mean they're definitely good enough to make it work. They're good enough, especially because his bases are pretty good. I'm gonna turn down the emulator a little bit because I sound tested earlier. It sounded fine. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit.
Yeah, it's a bit noisy, I think.
Yeah. So Trude good or Trude bad?
Yeah, I mean like. Again, guys, I wish I had something more in depth to say, but I only just like learned a couple weeks ago that this guy even existed in the first place. But like, I mean, I've always heard the common saying, it's like, oh, it's Thracia, combat doesn't really matter. It's all about, you know, utility or staff use or whatnot. But so like, help me out here. Why exactly is that true? Because I look at a unit like this and I think like, wow, these are pretty passably good combat stats. I think this is a great unit. Is it like just because, you know, compared to Dagdar or compared to Dean, who we're going to talk about later, this guy's just like takes a sideline, or what? Yeah. Why is it that you don't really like this kind of unit?
So I think a lot of people might be like you, that they either just didn't recruit him or they just recruit him and bench him because he has competition of like some more flashier units of the same class that people are probably more inclined to use, like Shiva, who's been around for a while, Marita, who is a lot like him. When it comes to like the skills, which we'll get into in a moment. So he's just not very flashy, which I think why a lot of people just pass up on this guy. And then for combat utility, I do think there's more characters that just like, you have enough combat units to get by even without him. So even if he was super good at it, it would be a little bit of a extraneous kind of character. And then there's no Astra Luna or Sol, just kind of makes his kit look boring. I'll highlight a couple things about him that I think are exciting, not his growths. The Vigor Star is kind of funny, I guess, but I think Marita and Shiva both have one that doesn't really mean a whole lot for most people. B Swords is really high rank, actually. It allows him to use Silver Swords at base and Fire Sword as well, so if you're looking for that, that's good. He only has 0 magic though, so not as good with magic swords as some other units are, but still, they can get the job done sometimes. He has Nihil, which...
Okay, I was going to ask if that's from him or from the scroll.
Yeah, that's him. That's him personally. Because Nihil doesn't block crits, it blocks... all other skills, so like Wrath, Adept, Miracle, everything like that, he just ignores it. And this is a very situationally useful skill that I think in 99% of the battles against generic enemies in this game, it's not going to matter at all. But there are a couple enemies that are really annoying. Particularly Miracle is a huge thing to ignore in a very small amount of battles. And unfortunately for Trude, Marita gets the exact same skill from her personal sword. So even if you're in a situation, one of those very rare situations where you need Nihil, you have Marita available, and she's generally better at killing things because she has the Darkest Sword, or the Marita Sword you want to call it, and she has like Luna and higher FCM. Trude only has 1 FCM, whereas Marita has, I believe, 4 or 5, and that sword itself is just really good. So that's another bit of utility gone. And then for me, like, you'd think maybe for negative growths, Trude would be a bit better than Marita for that Nihil aspect, because Marita has like really high growths and really low bases, which is the worst thing you can have for negative growth, whereas Trude has kind of poor growth, right, and kind of good bases. But unfortunately, the one battle where I think I really need Nihil for, it's all the way in the final chapter. That enemy one kills Trude, and it's not like you can kill her before taking a counterattack. So even that gets stolen from him in the context where it would be most favorable for him. That said, I still found a use for him in this chapter that I'll show off in just a minute. But I generally end up not being very super excited about Trude. I know that I think Fire Emblem kind of likes Trude over Marita, and occasionally tries to convince people that Trude is better. I don't remember if they still think that or not, but I think that's... If you're looking for a Trude fan, you can find one there. I mean, I'm sure the Trude fans exist. I haven't found many of them.
Well, I know who I'm doing my next Let's Play with. So no, I'm kidding.
I mean, it's still Thracia. You can still scroll him up and make him really good. So it's just...
Exactly.
I'm being a bit harsh on him, but it's just he's not spectacular, but he's still usable for combat in this game. Like, the enemies are not strong enough to warrant not using Trude.
It's funny you bring that up about Nihil, because I think that's kind of a common thread with a lot of the games that have Nihil, where it's like completely useless for 99% of the game.
Yeah.
But that 1% of the game is so like, it's so backbreaking that it reminds me of Radiant Dawn in a way, where like the most important question going into endgame is like, all right, who's got your Nihil scroll?
Yeah, definitely.
Please,
yeah,
return them to the convoy, put them on the good people.
Yeah, but then for like someone like Nolan, like 99% of the game, Nihil is just something that flashes whenever he gets into battle. That's all it does, right?
Yeah, actually, I think Nihil for Nolan can proc exactly once, and it's in 162, because the boss there has cancel. And that's the only time it can proc.
It's really off topic, but maybe the mercenary battles. That could be another place where it matters. Sure. But yeah, it's so rare. It's so rare. Same as Trude. Like if you look at all these like enemies, like who's it really matter against? Like you could fight the boss because he has great shield or something, but then their stats are so high in general that it's not gonna make a difference. But that's really off topic. We'll get into that in a minute. How about Dean or Edda? You wanna have a preference on these? What should we do first?
Dean.
Dean. Okay, Dean.
Because I hear this guy's kind of good.
Yeah. This guy is kind of good. Did you use him?
I used him a bit. Like this was the furthest I got, and my most current playthrough is like 2 chapters behind. It's like it just turned Lara into a dancer. My current playthrough right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do remember this guy being kind of good. I mean, like just come on, guys, just look at his stats. Like first off, Draco Knight, good start. If you've been watching Mekkah's channel for a bit, I think you know that this class is good. But also other things too. I mean, like he's got FCM 3. Like, look at these stats. That's pretty nice. And also, something I only just noticed today when I was like refreshing myself on Dean, and his stats went out. Doesn't he have A lances, A swords?
Yes.
That's pretty good, isn't it? Like,
yeah. He's
I feel like that's kind of like really good utility.
Yeah, he is all around really, really strong. Like if you put him in any other game, you look at these stats, they might look kind of mediocre, but for the context of Thracia, these are some really good bases. He is able to one-on KO every non-boss enemy on this map, for instance. Of course, he's hurt by the ballistas, but this has just shown you can get rid of them, and he'll have free reign. And the great thing about flyers is, well, they can go almost anywhere they want, including out of ballista range, and still contribute a lot. 9 move is a lot. Outdoors, Dean is just a monster. Like, he's not invincible. Like, you have to be a bit careful, especially around mages, because 2 magic is kind of low. He gets 2 shot by most dark mages. He's weak to any enemy with a bow, so you gotta be careful. But if you know where to put him, he can put a lot of work in. I guess it's more I'm trying to find like a reasonable other wyvern to compare him to, but I'm kind of having trouble finding one. But he's just good, just not invincible. He's like a Meeseeks for wyverns. I don't know what else to put for him.
Is he like a Percival in that sense, where like he's just coming as really good?
Yeah, but like Percival is like, I guess Percival might be a close comparison because Percival's also really good, but not invincible, right? But that's just because FE6 enemies are so ridiculous that even Percival's stats don't help. Like Percival's like 20s all around, right? So he's really strong, but enemies can still kill him because they carry around like killer lances and horse slayers and stuff like that. But it's a good comparison. Flying Percival, sure, we'll go with it, especially because the weapon ranks, they match up well.
Oh yeah,
that's what makes him so good in indoor maps too, because when you go indoors, you know, you lose that 9 moves that he has. It goes down to, I believe, 6 because he's promoted. He's a pre-promotes. I don't think I made that clear yet. He's a pre-promoted Draco Knight. And so we get 6 move, but he keeps 8 swords, so we can use any sword in the game. There's no S rank, so we can use Sleep Sword is a big one that I might make him use. But of course, the ones I mentioned for Trude, like Fire Sword, Silver Sword, Kingmaker, whatever you want, he can one-shot KO the enemy with it. Probably, it's really good. And then, you know, 2 figure stars and, you know.
Oh yeah, I wasn't going to bring that up, but yeah, they're kind of good. Remind me of the mechanics on dismounting again. So you know, you move and then you're able to dismount. If you're dismounted, can you mount and then move, or do you have to move and then mount?
I think you lose Canto for that turn, basically. So it's not like 3 houses where it's super busted. You can't, like, mount him and then, like, Canto out of there. Like, you can't do that. But you do, I believe at least. I need to refresh myself on this before I put my foot in my mouth, but I'm pretty sure that's how it is.
Sure.
But you can still dismount to, like, avoid arrow weakness for a turn if you really want to. That's something you can do. The last thing I want to bring up about Dean, it's not specifically about Dean. It's about the scroll that he's carrying. So this is the Dane scroll. which gives some interesting bonuses. It affects like every good stat in the game. It's actually the best scroll in the game, I think, for normal playthroughs. More strength, less speed, plus 30% defense, which is great if you want to fix some defensive characters. But the kicker is plus 5% move. Now, Raisins, we have been very fortunate that we have not gotten a movement level up all game long, which is super fortunate. Last time I tried negative growths, I got 1 in 8x on Orson. He went down to 5 move, I think, which is very sad.
Ouch.
I haven't won all game, but this is a scroll I want to avoid completely because, imagine you fight with Dean and then you get that 6% movement proc with that Dane scroll. You don't want that, so...
It's kind of a huge move growth, yeah?
Yeah, this is a scary scroll to carry around. So, either you really don't want to get crit, or this scroll is a mistake to have in your inventory for negative growth. But I look forward to having this one be passed around for people who do not level up.
Just put it in the combo.
Yeah, I have a plan for it, don't worry. We'll put it on a place where it will not see much use.
That's cool.
Okay, Edda. How about some Edda?
I think I got her one shot straight away.
Yeah. Okay, that sums it up. Okay, I'll just cover this one then, right? Okay, so when you see the bases on Edda, you might think Pegasus Knight, honestly, like mid-game Pegasus Knight, because their strength and speed are almost even, which I guess for Drake Rider is not super uncommon, but their strength is lower than their speed, which is kind of concerning, and really high luck. I guess the magic is kind of low for Pegasus Knight. Anyway, it's an underleveled Draco Rider. She's okay. I think she's Dean's little sister, which explains why she's worse than him. She's unpromoted, and I think her growths are like okay, or actually pretty good. Like 6% speed is pretty good. Everything else is
pretty good.
Kind of okay, I guess. Yeah. FCM is only 1, whereas Dean has 3. I don't think I emphasized enough how good FCM 3 is. That's you crit 100% of the time with the Killer Lance, so you can guess that this one is not staying on Edda for this chapter. And then...
Oh yeah, no.
B Lance is like surprisingly high for what you'd expect out of everything else. Like she can still use the Silver Lance and the Killer Lance that she has, which is pretty good. She does lose speed from a couple lances. Like this one weighs 10, so she goes down to -5 speed, which is 4 speed with the Killer Lance. So she doubles enemies that have no speed whatsoever, which are not very common with Thracia's randomization methods. That's not very good. You can still train her, but I generally find that by the time that Edda is good, you get to a bunch of indoor maps, and then you're forced with a less than stellar indoor unit, because she only has D swords. Still better than expected, I guess, but still D swords. It's not that great indoors, and that's not exactly spectacular, but she can contribute to every outdoor map that we have coming up. Come again?
Yeah, from what I've seen, like a lot of the late game maps are all indoors, right? Like I know like one particular late game map which is indoors, but then a lot more like you're attacking a fort or like there are outdoor segments, but it's mostly indoors.
Yeah, roughly speaking, this map, the guided map that comes after, if you go there, and then 15, 16, 17, they're all outdoors, so they're all great chapters for Edda to contribute, even if you don't train her. I don't like her in all those chapters. I would deploy her in all those chapters, because flying utility is really good. We've only had Karen so far, and every time we've gone outdoors, we've practically fielded Karen every time. So she's kind of like Karen in that regard. But then 18 is indoors, 19 is outdoors, but it's not very useful to do anything on a chapter. And then 20 is sort of outdoors, I guess, so there's also complications there. And then everything from there on is either very staff-oriented, which means the flying doesn't matter that much, or it's indoors. Everything from there on out. So everything between 20 and final, which is roughly 5 chapters, is going to be indoors, or she's not very relevant. So there's a time limit on how useful she can be. But when she's there and when she's good, she's pretty handy to have around, I guess. So she's fine. And she's fun to train to if you want to. It's fine. Whew! Oh, that was a lot of talking for... Well, that was 3 units, and we'll get one more. We'll get one more next turn, and that'll be.
I think we're not even done yet.
No, we're not done yet. No, not by any means. What do we do?
Let's talk about the plan.
Yeah, let's talk about the plan. Okay, so, we have a heist, Raisins. We have a heist. I could sit here and defend, especially with the ballistas gone. I could sit here and defend, but wouldn't it be more exciting if we went somewhere else? When we took to fight them, yeah. There is a house over here. There is a house over here. And Altena's in it, the Princess of Thracia, and she will give Dean the Dragon Lance if you visit it, which very nice of her, because that's a really good weapon. Once I get it, I'll explain what it is, and if you fail to get it, you'll never know. There's no way to look it up or anything. Unfortunately, it's guarded by a bolting bishop, a 15 range ballista, a long ballista over here with 26 attack, and the kicker is Mr. Paulus over here, this boss. A Baron with a Master Axe. I don't think I mentioned this yet, but Master weapons are or at least Master Lance and Master Axe are 1-2 range brave weapons that destroy your face with their super high might. This guy's the Master Axe. And a Tornado, which is super effective against flying units like Dean. So they basically said, yo, Dean, here's a personal weapon for you that's really good. Come and get it, and put all kinds of dangers around it. It's really scary. These guys have Killer Lances. If you put a scroll on you, then it's not as dangerous. But all these other enemies, very, very scary. You could warp and rescue in there. Of course, with my Sappy, that's not guaranteed to work. So I'm going to try to do it the old-fashioned way. And then over here, it's like the less exciting house. This is the Rosire house, where you get the Nosferatu tone, or Rosire tone, whatever translation patch you're using. Pretty good in vanilla, but since it is very heavy, I don't know if it'll be very useful. So this is a bonus for me. If I can get it, great. Maybe I can sell it or something. Probably not. But I'm not super interested in this house. But I am very interested in the Dragon Lance. I kind of want to get that just because it'll make it more exciting. So let's play. Before that, I want to eliminate the Ballista, set up a perimeter indoors. And I want to bust through this wall and get past this region of Armor Knights with the help of Dagdar and Dean.
Oh, the breakable wall. That's the first.
Yeah, they will break down this wall for me. I can't break it down. It's like that wall in the Ballista chapter. But what I can do is get the Dragon Lance over here. I
will say that earlier you mentioned like you can cheese this map by just heading back. It's like, what? That's the map condition. Like, what's next? Are you gonna cheese a route map by killing all the enemies? Like,
I'm gonna sell this.
I did think it's more exciting to take the fight to them, though.
Yeah, it is. Okay, I'm gonna buy 1,000,000 stamina drinks because that's what I saved all my gold for. That's the first thing I want to have Edda do.
There we go. We got to keep deploying Dagdar, right?
Yes. Here we go. Got those. Unfortunately, I kind of messed up my trades. I don't think I can really fix it very well, but I'm going to try anyway. This is not how I planned it at all, but that's the whole fun, right? Let me get Leif out of here real quick. Put him over here for next turn. And let me have Thread come over here. Take the Killer Lance. Canto somewhere else. This'll work, definitely.
There we go. Is this the use for Trude you were talking about earlier?
Yeah, this is the use for Trude is coming up. Blink and you'll miss it. Let me take this Killer Lance and give it to Trude. There you go.
Only Trude can do this.
Nice.
Oh, never mind.
Definitely. Never mind. Parn just got himself a thing. Okay, so now we'll have Trude give the Killer Lance as well as some other things to Dean. Not that, this. And I said before, I don't want the Dane scroll people who are going to be fighting. Dean's going to be fighting a lot, so we'll give him this scroll instead, which just is a magical scroll. It doesn't really do anything that matters all that much. Like, it reduces his defense growth actually, which is good. And then he doesn't really care about magic, so we'll give him that. And we'll start an assault on this armor knight, I think. You can canto safely back into the walls. We'll go here. I want to give the killer because it lets him crit, which is exciting.
That's right. Any reason this armor knight in particular? Or is it
I just kind of don't like his face. Also, he has 2 range, so I can't always counter him when I'm using like Dagdar with a hammer. So.
I love the wyvern crit animation in this one.
Yeah, it's great. He's like, okay, this thing is too thick. Oh, nice. Okay, we'll see if we can make use of that.
Capture a staff boy?
Yeah, maybe.
Actually, wait, actually,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we're 1 short. Because if we go on this wall, this guy will attack us. This is a good time to talk about Baldak, the other boss this chapter. He moves, but not always. And,
wait a minute, yeah, Killer Bow, don't do that.
Yeah, you can see why this could be a problem for many of my units. The Master Lance is just very strong, just like the Master Axe. It's very, very powerful. Killer Bow will just rip Dean apart. And then Rider's Bane is great against all these mounted units that I'm deploying, and they're going to be walling off part of the city. So I don't want this guy to kill me. In fact, I don't want to fight this guy at all. Dagdar with the hammer has like 50 hit on him and does like 30 damage, and that's pretty terrible because it's like that's in Leif support range and everything. And he takes like, I think he loses like 75% of his HP. Like 3/4 of his HP is gone from the Master Lance alone. And fun fact, Olwen, when using the Dime Thunder or anything that weighs her down a little bit, she gets 1-hit KO'd and quadrupled by the Master Lance, just to give you an idea of how strong he is. So maybe don't. Maybe don't. I'm gonna put him to sleep. Like, I've tried fighting him, but I'm gonna put him to sleep. I'm done with that guy. Let me just make sure I don't go Ballista range. Yeah, don't be careful. Let's go to the middle and.
They don't have any way to wake him up if you put him to sleep.
No, there's no resource tabs here. There's just a couple heal gals. So hopefully I'll remember to edit this in. But I realized mid-chapter that like I just want to sleep this guy. I don't want to deal with this shit. And I tried to sleep him with Salem. I missed. Then I I danced for Salem, and he missed again. And then I got a movement star on Lara. I danced for Salem again, and he missed again. It's so bad.
Okay, we got him.
But now we got him, and now his stats are reduced to 0, and he'll just stand still, do nothing. Which sometimes at the time, he will just stand there and do nothing. And sometimes he'll move, and sometimes he'll just get his movement star and move like twice in a turn. So it's really random what this guy will do. You really gotta make some good plans to get around him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now that guy is like out of the picture, actually we can like be a lot more lenient with Dean. In fact, we could fly him here and kill all these guys now, I think. If we really wanted to.
Just all of them?
Maybe not all of them. They do damage to him though. They do 23.
I feel like that would be a lot of uses of killer or silver going up. Is it worth it at all to like conserve either of those weapons? Or
we get more at some point. We can capture some at some point too. I think he takes too much damage from the battle axes. They do like 10 damage to him. Actually, it depends on which one it is. That one does like 6. Stack variance is a fun thing. We could just let them go in. Like let some of them go in on here. That'll do.
You get to like the left side only.
Yeah.
You know.
Let me see if we need more rescue drops here, right? So Daktar is coming down definitely. Needs to help out a little bit. And I might also rescue drop Lara a bit closer to the bottom, because normally Olwen is supposed to be further down. Olwen actually needs to be around here next turn to kill this bottom ballista, but you can do that from like the middle too. So it doesn't have to be through the top. Let me see if I can drop Lara a bit closer then, right? So Safi can kind of do whatever. She's not very important. Move her aside for a moment.
How do you have some room? Are the boss asleep? Do the enemies still move?
Yeah, the enemies will move. He does lead that division. That thing where enemies are in multiple divisions, right? That's still going on in this chapter. So like Baldak leads this group, the 5th division, I believe. 8th division, excuse me. He leads the 8th. And then these guys are all part of the 5th, which is led by Paulus over here. So depending on which boss you fight or which enemies you fight, you get a different deal of leadership stars. Okay, so
and even asleep, I guess he gets out his leadership.
Yeah. He's supporting them very silently. Okay, he's like, come on guys, you got he's like dreaming. Marty can do this. Just drop Leif down for a second.
Wait, and yeah, we got it.
Yeah, and I think Olwen's bolting from here, for example.
Was this Duke Knight? I don't know if it's Finn. Were they needed for Nana on the right? Oh, it was Glade.
Yeah, I need one person to like rescue
Nana.
drop Nana out of there. I guess I'll have Glade. Be ready for it. And
yeah, I think you wanted Finn for that, but
look, I'd rather block with Glade because he's more durable. But Finn can do it for a turn, I guess. It's not terrible if he does it. I know Fred is probably going here. I want Glade like around here somewhere, I think. I don't need someone to rescue Nana. I think Sophia is just short. So I'm just gonna use Glade for it to make sure she can you can make it. Yeah, sure. We'll just put him here. That's fine. And yeah,
looks excellent.
I don't think there's much I can do with Dean that's really productive because he's like 1 out of range of all these enemies here, without getting back to safety.
Is there any way to get him closer, in a better position for this? Like, let's
I could put him like in range of all these guys, right? I could do that. Let me see how he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can take this whole group on actually. So if we put him out of range of this battle axe, we can actually kill our whole group this turn. So the long ballista's here. So it'd have to be here. Like, so you got the track and then like 1 left, 1 down, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
3 above the left javelin. And we can do it.
Yeah, okay, we could try that. That's fine with me. It'll be more consistent because Dakar doesn't always hit. We could try this. This is completely off script, but that's completely fine. That's what I'm here for. And
well, watch us do it in a sense of like completely failing raisins. How could you do this?
Okay,
how would you come up with such a bad plan?
Let's see if it works out. Okay, so every turn you get these reinforcements, or almost every turn you get some reinforcements somewhere. For the first couple turns, I think it's just those groups. But the enemy cap does exist in this game, so you kind of get punished for killing too many enemies in this chapter. That's why you don't always want to do it. Preferably, if you want to defend, the easiest way to do it is to go further inside your own city. But you can also choke outside. There's like several choke points. It's actually like a very interesting puzzle to figure out where you want to choke the points, depending on what team you got, and whether you can kill the ballistas or not. Or you can just go all out and kill everything, of course, if you're daring. But what can happen is someone like Orson or Olwen or Asbel, they can kill enemies and suffer from success and just die like that. Like they can just
kill them up, open up the square. Yeah.
So you have to be very careful with that.
Ooh, here's a crit.
Yeah, goodbye. He's guaranteed to crit. He's gonna crit every time on second hit, unless he misses. I guess that can happen.
I guess he can miss, yeah.
Yeah.
You said he has FCM 3, and you're like, that's high. At what point do you look at FCM and be like, that's a high FCM?
Well, if you got 3 and use a killer weapon for like 30 crit, right, and then you have your skill, which I think adds 10 or 5 more if you have 10 skill. I forgot which it is in this game. But at this point, you look like a guaranteed crit on second hit.
Oh yeah.
So that's usually where I'm at. 3 is like the point where I said like it is good crit. I think someone has 2 FCM. I forgot who it was. Maybe it was Finn. It's like you can't really make a crit setup with those, right? You can't really make one that's like guaranteed because you want to make it so you can rely on them critting. And then
yeah, you don't
4 and 5, you have like ways to
critting.
guarantee it easily.
All right, here comes the 1 damage javelin.
There was an attempt.
Okay, he missed us. We got hit by all 3 battle axes though.
We did, but I think that's okay because it means that Salem can physic him, which means he can get some staff grinding on here, which is good. All right, so they open up the walls. Only they can open up the walls, not me. So the plan here is Trude can block this point here. This javelin guy conveniently standing in our way here. He does the least damage of everyone. And Trude doesn't do any damage with an iron sword. He does have to be armed because if he's disarmed, the enemy will just capture him. He doesn't have to build to not get captured. He has 9 con. This guy's 12, so we have to arm him. But as long as he stands here, they're not going to get past him. This guy doesn't have 2 range. So that's blocked with Trude.
Nice.
And then
there you go.
We could do similar things over here. We do want some one-range guys moving a little bit further. Like if I put someone here, well, first of all, they'd be in range of this ballista, which is just annoying. Second of all, there's a bow armor here that could snipe him. So I want to choke more like here, for example. They can't cross these houses. So we want to be like here, I think, once the ballista's gone. So let's take care of that first. I want to like we need to dance Olin probably. Come again?
Yeah, we need to give ourselves some room. Do we need to take out the far right ballista or like this further advanced one?
I'm gonna do the bottom ballistas, just like the underside, because this one is only covering like the top part of the city, which I don't care about. Once we've gotten Nana out of there, I don't care about that part at all.
It's not urgent, yeah. Like we'll need it eventually, but maybe not even.
Yeah. Okay, let's go over here and bolting. I'm trying to think where to Kanto her after, which is the tricky part. So she'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She has 8 moves. She can go like 6, 7. But she can't really go anywhere else here. So I'm thinking if I should move one of these first so I can dance with Laura more easily. Or I can just move part out of the way. I think it barely matters. We can also just go... I want to be here because it's in leaf range. Does it matter if I'm in leaf range?
I think we...
Yeah, it does matter.
We kind of... Yeah, we want the leaf support, I think.
I do. I'll just like move part out of the way. It's fine. I'll just stay where I'm at, basically.
Actually, it was what, 27 to 37 crit? That doesn't do anything, right?
Yeah. I mean, she has 25 max, right? Because of the first hit mechanic?
Yeah, the first hit.
Yeah. Okay, before I get rid of this bolt, this ballista, I think I want to figure out what I'm going to do with Nana exactly. So I'm going to get this house over here. I'm going to dismount and visit.
We can get another unit.
Yeah, another one. Clear that whole schedule.
You have to visit this house with a female unit, right?
Yeah, you have to visit it with Nana exactly, because if you visit it with a guy, he's like, I'm not interested in guys today. If you visit it with any other girl besides Nana, he'll be like, oh, you're beautiful, but I've only got... What does he say? No, that's just Nana conversation. He's like, you're really beautiful, but I don't have enough time for everyone or something. And then if you visit it with a kid, he's like, I'm not into kids or something.
Oh.
So it's got to be Nana. It's got to be Nana or that's it. That's all you got. And then you get Homer. Let me get Nana to safety before I forget, because I've forgotten before and it scares me. So I was going to use Selfina for this, but she's a little bit short, I think, because she has 8 move. She goes like 1,
she doesn't go as far.
5, 6, 7, 8. So she'd be in range of that ballista over here, which is not what I want. She's technically not in danger, but let's just use Glade here.
It's unfortunate using Glade, but...
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a great movement. We could just like drop him off with Marty and then face 1 ballista hit. Oh no. Let's go...
A tragedy.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna kill that ballista, so that's fine. And then... Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
It's Glade and a ballista, whatever.
Yeah, I think Finn is gonna have to end up being here for a turn, but he can definitely survive a single hit, so that's okay. All right, we can do Homer now. My Nana is safe. We can do Homer now.
Yo, S-string.
S-string, yeah, another free S-string, another top of the ones that we bought, but there's more to Homer than S-strings, right? Come on, like, you didn't just use him for his S-string, did you?
Oh, no, First Paragon is light rank, though. I kind of like light, you know? And look, he's a bard. That's the same class that Lewin was, wasn't he?
Yeah, it's the exact same class. it's meant to reflect the same class. Did you train him or not?
I didn't really like train him up a whole lot, but I mean, I thought it was kind of cool because light is definitely one of the good tomes in this game, if I recall. It's only 1 weight. I can see it. No, it's more than that. It's like 6 weight.
I
was subtracting it from the con.
Yeah. It's good.
Okay,
yeah.
Never mind. But 20 crit though. I don't know. This tome seems kind of good. I don't know if you just pass it over to Asbel, but I think this is one of those units. Like, oh, hold on. Can I anticipate what you're gonna say? I feel like you're gonna be like, this guy's cool, but by now you've already trained Asbel, so like.
There's some truth to that. It's funny that you bring it up because I was watching. I don't know if you saw this, but there's someone else doing that did a Thracia Iron Man triple S rank LTC.
Yeah.
And Lolo, I shouted her out on my community tab a while ago, and they actually said that exact same thing, where like they were relying heavily on Asbel and making sure he didn't die, like super heavily, and for that reason they didn't really need Homer. At one point they were considering training Homer, and they decided, you know what, actually we don't. It's more reliable to make Asbel super good than it is to train up a secondary sage just in case the first one dies, because in Iron Man you can't reset if they die.
That's right.
I think Homer in his own right, this is a good unit. The light tome that he comes with is a good tome. I think of it as like the only way you can attack with a promoted Safi and other promoted priests, so I usually don't put it on my sage. Like, Homer can use almost any kind of magic. Funny thing, he is E-Wind before promoting, and Wind tomes are D-rank, so you actually can't use those, but he can use Fire and Thunder, and I usually use those on him. But I think he's much more than the light tome. Paragon is very big. I don't like it because negative growth, but normally it's very, very good to get into level 10. And then he promotes to Sage, and it's a Kaga game, so Sages have a really good promotion bonus. You saw how good Asbel's were. He has roughly the same one, so a little bit better even, I think. 5 FCM, so you give him Thunder, he's going to crit like 50% of the time a second attack before regarding skill. His bases... Speed looks good until you realize he's being weighed down, and then everything else is like single digits besides luck, so that's not good. But he's very trainable. His growths are very, very good all around.
Oh my goodness,
especially skill and speed.
Insane.
I say all around, it's actually like a little bit lopsided, right? But magic is decent enough to where he can get somewhere. You have a lot of scrolls at this point, so stacking a bunch of them on him and just getting some safe kills from 2 range is very easy to do, especially with Lara support. You can ensorcel him for some more magic if you want to. You can risk jump him around because he's very light, so he's very easy to train. Turns out very strong combat-wise, especially offensively. Like, he's like a glass cannon. He doubles almost everything when he's trained. Yeah, he's pretty good. But it takes him a little bit while to get going. There's not much combat utility that he can do that no one else can. And he has no stats before promotion, and after promotion he's like E or D rank stats. So in that regard it's not very good. But he's a very fun growth unit to use. Like, sometimes people go like, oh my god, these old games, these Kaga games, they're for elitists only. I just want to see units go grr. But this is basically an awakening unit that you get when you factor in scrolls. So, you know, it's an awakening kid. That's basically what he is.
Well, I'm sorry I had you all wrong then. I thought you were just going to be like continuing to praise Asbel, but yeah, no, you had a lot to say. But like,
I do think Asbel's better, like, don't get me wrong, but you can use both if you want to.
Is Asbel deployed here, or that's him, right?
No, he's on the bench. He's chilling.
Who's this guy in the center of the map?
That's Salem.
Oh yeah, Salem.
Salem's 5, okay. Yeah. I mean, normally Asbel would be good against Armor Knights, but because mine is Ubello mode, I can't really do much with him. Why don't we see if we actually hit our physic here on Dean? Because if we don't, we're gonna need some interesting measures here. Okay, alright, there we go.
Good.
Okay. Because I think, there we go. Nice one, Salem, very cool. I appreciate your help a lot.
Exactly what we need.
Yeah. Okay, we can kill this last guy if we want to. Unfortunately, I haven't busted down his wall yet. Maybe we should let this guy live so he can bust down the wall so we can get out. I think that's legit the play here, is not do that thing.
We want them coming in from more angles.
Well, I want to get Dagger out. I want to get Dagger out so we can do stuff here. And I want to get Olwen out as well, because I want to use Olwen to disable this Ballista so I can get the house and then rescue Dean out. But I can't fly in from range with this guy around, so I gotta do that. Let's see. I want to let that guy live. Maybe like kill a mage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That would work. I don't want to be in range to Armor Knight because I'm not sure if he attacks me or not. 2, 3.
Yeah, we'd be in range of Javelin.
4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do, right? So Fred. Oh, Fred is actually not in the right square. Yeah, I need Fred a little bit closer than this. Actually, I think it's fine if he goes there. I think 3 out is fine. I prefer 4. I prefer to be here, but I think here is not a disaster. Because then... Can I go there? Let me see. Because what I'm trying to do is protect Dean from these bow armors.
Oh, yeah.
So if Fred goes here, then he covers up this tile, which means Dean could go like here, for example. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That works out if I'm not dumb, which sometimes I am, but I think it works out here.
I think this works, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, because you're occupying the attacking square.
Yeah.
It'll work.
So let's go here.
And you can be unarmed because they're not able to capture you with your 20 pound.
Yeah, that's the
nice
advantage of mounted units here, yeah. So that's like Glade and Fred are very good for this particularly. So we'll kill this mage. Just because I think he'll bother me if I keep if I fight at the bottom. These guys seem to be inclined to like go towards the bottom a little bit. I don't know why, but they want to. So we'll go over here. And yeah, that keeps me safe from them and them. Okay, good. And the javelin will break through and that's perfectly fine.
Nice wall, nice wall.
Yeah, a Dactyr can come through here. I can't destroy this wall, but someone else can do it for me. Okay. I can buy one more drink with Edda. Kind of want to.
Somebody else drink.
Yeah, I was meant to like buy it all at once, but it's fine. Improv is fun. Let's go over here. Still out of range, right? Yeah. It's very easy to get Edda killed in this chapter. I don't blame you at all for that happening.
Just get sniped by below, so I was like,
yeah.
alright, I see.
I would like to disarm Finn, I think, because I didn't count on him fighting a lot. Oh, we still need to dance for Olwen and get the kill here. Let's do that first. Because then we know that we're safe. Like, if Olwen misses somehow, that would be very tragic. Dance. And I want her to join Dagdar and Dean at the bottom. Let's go here. I'm going to do something dumb here, or something silly. Equip Wind, and then attack with Bolting, so that the Bolting breaks and then she equips Wind. So if she somehow gets attacked, she has like some level of avoid, because if she's using the Dire Thunder, she can get doubled by Armor Knights. Or Suffer from Success. Yeah. Both of those things are very Olwen-y. Let's go over here.
Use advantage.
Yeah. I don't have advantage, yeah. Okay. Still, I gotta block that point, so let's do that now. Let's move Leif down a bit. At this point. I would like to like rescue drop Leif. No, it doesn't matter anymore. I used to have like Leif here in some test runs to support Dagdar as he killed a bunch of Armor Knights. This is Dean already did that. I don't need to do that. See, we have Nana here. That's good for support. Okay, let's have Tarn just hold my things while I get myself not killed by going out here. Out of range of the Ballista, in range of these clowns. You do need a scroll though if you don't want to get crit, which I think is in your best interest. I don't have one ready.
Oh, he's facing battle axes though.
He is.
Do you not have one on Dancer or?
I'm afraid that I don't have any scrolls ready. Actually, I have one here. So we can grab it with her and then trade it with Parn, I think. Get the Fjallar scroll. Go over here.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
And I'll take it with Parn. Okay, so this is why Glade was supposed to be in this spot. He'll get there next turn. Glade is much better at walling. He gets the Selfina support. Nice. Very cool. He'll get the Selfina support. But Finn does not.
Finn will do for a turn.
Yeah, I actually should have moved Leif here then if Finn was going to do this. But I don't think it's worth the warp use, so...
Yeah, no. I think you also couldn't have moved him down there into support range at least.
Well, Leif was like right here, right?
Yeah.
Or like
so if he was able to move, I don't know, maybe if he could have moved further left.
6. Yeah, maybe with
it doesn't matter.
Maybe if I was smarter, it would have worked. Well, we still have Nana. I think Nana supports Finn, and so
yeah,
she's fine.
She definitely does.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, that should be all she wrote for now. But yeah, it is. This should be one of the longer turns. We'll go back faster from here, but I do think this is a fun chapter. We've been playing for a while, so we can pause it at some point if you're getting tired, you know?
Yeah, if we need to do a two-parter, but I mean, we'll see. I'm kind of curious how the heist plays out.
Maybe we'll like get a death somewhere, and then we have like a good excuse to break it in.
We'll get like just ahead of the heist and leave it on a cliffhanger for you all.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. I love that. Milking those views, man. Milking those views.
That's right.
Yeah. In case it wasn't obvious, I want Finn to not be armed because if he has the Brave Lance, he'll waste it and kill enemies, suffer from success potentially. But I don't care about killing enemies. I don't want to get experience, obviously. So I don't like to do that. Why are you guys going down? Like, yeah, just get in line like that guy. Just get in line. Get in line.
Here we go.
Who are you attacking again?
That was
Oh, good,
almost
that's
very
fine, that's fine,
inconvenient.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we were like, we're gonna take this one.
Yeah, we'll take.
Yo,
we'll
the
take this L,
ballista
yeah.
arrow. The
Yeah.
ballista arrow is massive in these animations. Have you seen it?
It's a big bow. It's got to have a big
It's like-
arrow.
It's like they're firing a tree at you.
I mean, it does really hurt. Like, it one it kills like all my fragile units. So,
Yeah, fair. Well, I would expect so.
are you guys not breaking down my wall? Can you please break down my wall? I can't get out if
Maybe
you don't
that
break my
was
wall.
The boss's job.
All right, let's go, Trude. You got this.
Has the javelin guy moved yet? Oof. Let's go.
I feel like
Let's
he
go break the
has,
weapon.
but maybe I'm wrong. Okay, there you go.
Oh.
Oh, he's attacking. No, don't attack
Yeah,
Dagdar. This is why. Oh, I shouldn't have put him there. Oh no.
Thanks a cost.
Yeah.
I was wondering if that was going to happen because I saw you moving there. I'm like,
yeah,
oh my God.
that was a mistake. That was a mistake on my part. Well, we can do two things, right? We can either have Dean lift these people off across the wall, or we can wait another turn and let them break it down, hopefully.
I think so. Is this area going to get like too infested with red units or?
Well, if these guys keep moving down, yeah. But if they don't, then no. So, I don't know. Let's find out. I think we'll kill another mage here, maybe. Mages somehow scare me more than anything else. I think they scared Dagdar the most, actually. The thing is, if we break it down now, if we move one up now, then what we can do maybe is kill this armor knight and then let these guys break it down instead, because they have one range,
Oh,
so we don't
that
have
makes
to be
sense.
scared with those. I think I like that. Break it down.
Break it down now.
That means he has to break it down. All right, let's kill lance this guy then. You know, you guys have filter tests. If you keep Dagdar on the choke point, you kill anything that comes through. I think I like that the best. Okay, get out of here. Get out of here.
Iron hands are like
Yeah.
so weird. They're just kind of like I don't know,
Yeah.
clutching themselves.
And if you do go for a, if you're trying to kill something, you want to do it in one round in this chapter, or like in one phase, because otherwise there's some physic priests in the bottom left that will heal them, which is why I wanted to like one round all the, or like kill all the blisters with a dance. Let's roast.
That's right. Don't risk it.
Do I care about roasting a Thunder Mage? Why not, right?
Yeah, I don't see any way you get punished for it as long as you're outside of ballista range.
I think actually, I mean, does it make sense to kill an armor knight instead? I don't know if it does.
I think the armor knights we have taken care of. Like, I think you're right. The mages are definitely like the biggest threat in this map right now.
Yeah. I guess if he moves down, he'll be more annoying than the armor knights. The armor knights, one of them is going to break down the wall, and the other one is probably going to die to Dagdar. I'll just chill here. I think I'll get an email. That's another thing I just did. Get an email. We close down the email program.
Rip. That was Mekkah's notification, not
Yes,
yours.
yes, exactly. I think Dagdar will do fine here. I think it's actually I want to have Glade here, so I think I'll move Finn away and have Glade take that spot. Actually, Glade wants the scrolls too, so just park him where he needs to go where Finn is. So how about we give the stuff to Selfina for a turn?
Yeah, Finn could do a deposit in the Bank of Selfina.
Yes. We'll keep the phone, that's fine. Let's go to like the middle for general utility. And then
One of these like 1 million bones that we captured.
yeah. Well, they're very useful. Like, if I can't rely on my heals hitting. Okay, we'll put Glade here. And now Glade is getting the double support from Selfina, so that's very nice. And then I've considered training Homer, actually. I've thought about it, like, if I want to train Homer, this is the best chapter to do it. But his growths are too good. I think, like, sure, I can train to get promotion bonuses, but why would I use my Master Seal on, like, getting promotion bonuses, and that's it.
You actually would get a second Asbel, yeah.
Yeah, but it's just, like, normally that'd be great, right? But no thanks. I'm good, thank you.
This time we've seen the first Asbel. Like,
Yeah. If Asbel's so good, why is there no Asbel 2? But actually... Okay, let's just support Fred this turn like this, I guess. Get some hit bonuses for all when next turn she needs to attack. I guess one reason not to kill the mage is so we can like not steal their thunder, literally. Yeah, I think we just kind of take the turn off and kind of move people closer to this area. I can't think of anything to do with my dancer. I guess I can like grind some staff rank with Salem. That would be terrible.
get some of that. Use
Yeah,
the physic.
heal. He has a normal.
Is there like
heal.
a doo-doo staff? Yeah.
I'll do the doo-doo staff. I'll do the doo-doo staff.
The doo-doo.
I'm not afraid to move my dancer in here because like there's no ranged enemies that can attack her. Let's do the doo-doo staff. Heal Dean to full.
Yeah, always good to just have like a weak weapon. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What if you don't need something? What if you don't need a silver lance?
Exactly.
What did we miss?
More staff XP
Of course
for
we
me.
didn't. That's right. Staffy XP. There we go. The Baldur Scroll.
Yeah.
We should be in.
Hammer's good. Yeah, just took the turn off. Just chill. Mount Nana, I guess.
So is this defense like 100% impenetrable then, or?
I don't think it can really go wrong from here defense-wise. I mean, if I fuck it up, I'll fuck it up, but I'll find a way to fuck it up, I'm sure. Like, Truth can crit, I guess? He has 10% crit, so that could happen.
Was that given the Slim Sword? Do we still have the Slim Sword from,
Yeah, but I think it still crit, right? It still does, like, extra damage with the way that crits work in this game.
I guess so.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he doesn't crit with... If he crits with the Iron Sword, he's still not killing that armor knight. He needs multiple. And he has no FCM to speak of.
And then the Bishop will physic them, right?
Actually, yeah, that's possible. I think the healing AI in this game is not very consistent. I've seen, like, enemies being left on low HP and enemies are like, not today, man, not today.
Alright, we finally broke out.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, like, the only way this could go wrong is if this area we're trying to get into just, like, gets too infested with red units. It's like, oh god.
Yeah, the bottom area, right? Where Dagdar and Dean is, yeah. That's what I'm trying to avoid, is, like, enemies going that way. I think once I move outside of the city, some enemies might actually go there. Because they keep, like, going down a little bit, even if there's nothing to attack there, which is annoying. Stop doing that. And you can see that normally it's supposed to be, like, every time you see reinforcements, it's supposed to be 5 enemies or 6 enemies on each side. And you can see it's, like, 1 or 2 sometimes. That's because the enemy cap has been reached. And they'll just stop reinforcing. Because the game can't handle more than, like, 50 enemies on the screen.
They just chose 50 is going to be the largest it could be, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, they kept
maybe
that throughout
technically
GBA.
they could handle it. But... Oh, even in GBA they kept it?
Yeah, it's 50 in GBA too. I've had it in, like, Kinship's Bond, you know, coincidentally another defense map. Let's reach the cap. Okay. This is where... I would like to ride out Olwen this turn because there's nothing that can really reach her right now, which is super advantageous. But I would also like... Actually, Dagdar's purpose here is kind of done. He doesn't need to move down very far, he just needs Olwen down here. So what if we try to hammer this guy down first? And what I'd like to do ideally, I don't know if I can do this turn, is bolting. But I don't think I can reach quite yet. So I have to be 10 range from this guy, which I think is like... There's like 1 tower I can do it. I think it's like right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's like really far in there.
Yeah, it's like right here. So actually I do need Dagdar to clear out a couple enemies from this side to make Olwen safe. Although, Olwen can like dismount, bolting, and get rescued out. That is also a possibility she can do.
Yeah, I thought that was going to have to be the play that we did.
So we could do... It's like once this guy's dead, we need Dancer and attack twice with bolting though. So actually no, we can't do that right away. So how about this turn we like station Olwen like around here somewhere where she can like not get ballista, not get nuked by an armor knight, but she can still like attack next turn?
That's right, set up our camp.
Yes, set up our thing. Which is why I kind of want Dagdar to move after whoever kills his armor knight. Maybe Dean can kill the armor knight. Because like, if Olwen does it, she can die. Although it's like 99 hits, so maybe I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, come on.
99, just chance it, and then just block it with Dagdar? I guess so.
If we miss a 99, that's just the content, you know?
Yeah, that is the content. Alright, do it. Do it. Okay, I think...
Oh, we gotta find other safe spaces for her too, because like, there's kind of some enemies over here on the right, I just thought.
Yeah, I can't check their stats, but I'm pretty sure they don't have 6 moves. They might have 6, but I don't think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I mean, if we just plan to like blitz her in there, what's wrong with like this square?
Not much. There's nothing here. I guess this is fine. I do need to like Lar Dancer next turn. Actually, I can Lar Dancer this turn and like kill another enemy. How about that? But then Lar needs to be safe, so here maybe, and then like dance.
Right, but yeah, let's solve this mystery. Let's just check their ranges first.
You have 6 moves, my friend.
We can
count. Okay, so just block also works.
Yo, is this a job for Homer?
What's it supposed to do then?
Or kill this armor knight? I don't know. I mean, he's out of range right now, of course, but
my guy
imagine if he wasn't.
Has 4 attack speed. These guys do not have 0, unfortunately, so Homer cannot double. Watch it for Ballista too. I think it just... I don't think there's much of a purpose for Lara this turn other than like healing twice again. And then just having her...
just building up staff rank.
Skip these animations.
I guess so.
Come here.
I mean, Salem's cool, but like we've seen him before.
Yeah. Let me dance him.
Gotta do the anime.
Yeah, I do want Lara further down, maybe. Okay, so how about Dakdar goes like here to block off Alwyn, have the hammer, out of range of Ballista.
Perfect.
Now Lara can go a bit further down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She really needs to be like... she needs to be further out, but I don't want her to get captured.
Can Alwyn like hit that Axe Armor Knight and then Kanto left out of their ranges, or no? Because like the guy who's giving us issue is that one right there, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so like dance Alwyn, have her go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, she has 8 move. Dean has 9. We can like use Dean to block one of the squares and kill a couple of them. Not a big fan of that though.
We can send Dean 2 squares. We can send Dean like 2 squares right of Alwyn and then dance him, and then move Dean over, kill the Axe Knight, and then go left. Can't we?
So like dance here.
Yeah, dance here, and Dean's gonna be like to the right of that square, and then we have Dean go and kill the Axe Knight and go left. Because like I am worried about. Maybe I'm wrong.
I want Lara to be here, but I don't think it's possible. Because like if she's here, then we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dance Alwyn here as she boltings twice. That'd be ideal. Although I guess Lara doesn't have to be that far in, right? Because Alwyn can next turn has 8 move. She can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lara kind of needs to be in Alwyn square. But I guess Alwyn is there.
Wait, I think we can afford to do... So are there any enemies who can attack the square south of Alwyn?
Yes.
So this one, any others?
Yes. I think we'll just have to give up a turn here. Which is fine. It's
just have to
I just know there's like
one more turn.
Stuff does happen eventually, but I don't think it happens that soon. So we can like try to kill this guy who's giving us issues with like the enemy phase and just like park. Okay, unfortunately, I healed the wrong person because Dakdar was supposed to be healed by Salem.
I was gonna ask if there's any way at all that like Lara could survive around the combat against the Hammer Armor Knight. Like,
I give up. I'm just moving here. I give up. I'm just moving there. I'll have an extra rescue dropper ready over here.
There we go. And we'll get it right next time.
Yes. It's a heist. Heists take some time. Okay. Edda, also rescue drop. This is so good about killing those ballistas. You don't have to care about like where to put your Draco Knights.
Edda, yeah, more people.
Yeah. You can stay here for charm though. I kind of like charming these both actually. You can also heal them by the way if they get injured, which they so far haven't. That's why I gave them like a million invulneraries, but hasn't been too bad so far.
Clever. Let's activate. Should we activate Homer and Safi too, or no? They're kind of fine where they are. Actually, are there other villages we want to get here, or no?
We should talk about the villages honestly, because that's like the last thing we need to discuss. I'll just move Safi closer to Salem so we can like share the stabs or something. I don't know. Yeah. I don't think there's anything feel very eventful, so we can discuss the villages, right? So, leave aside the Homer villages for a moment, because that's just recruit Homer. There's a guiding chapter after this, where if you visit 3 or more of the houses in this city, you will unlock a guiding chapter after this, 14x. You're forced to go there if you do that. And that's a interesting chapter. It has Fog of War. It has random fly reinforcements. It's a huge vertical map with a mountain pass where you try to escape, along with fleeing Tara citizens, who are the guys who you're visiting in these houses.
That sounds excellent.
Yeah, it's a map, all right. I can't think of any other game that has randomized reinforcements. It has there's 12 possible squares they can attack from. They can appear from an enemy phase and just ambush you, and they grab the civilians that are fleeing, or they kill like your healers or something. I don't think I want to go there for this playthrough, because even though you can earn S-strings by killing, or not by killing, by getting civilians to escape, it's a bunch of extra experience that I'll get that I don't really want. And I just bought a bunch of S-strings from the gold I got. Like I sold 50k worth of items just to buy like 7 S-strings. I already have 4 in my convoy. I just got one from Homer. I think I have enough. So like what? I could go to the guys to show off the chapter. Okay, true.
Hold up.
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
Good job, true. So like, do I want to go there? And I'm still not sure. Like, I can visit these houses almost any time because I have plenty of characters to do so. So I'm still making up my mind in that regard. Okay, we're good here. This is turn 5. This might be a good cliffhanger turn, honestly, because we might be able to complete the heist next turn. But I'm not quite sure. I'm gonna figure that out off screen.
Next turn.
I think we can do
maybe
it. Though. I think we have the means to do it.
We have the means to start it at least.
Yeah,
All right.
I have some ideas for it that might work, but I need to work them out, not on paper. But since we've been going for like an hour plus, I think this will be fine. So
I think this is good.
And then
all right.
Yeah, we'll get some more reinforcements later too that will really spice things up, as it were. So this is not over by any means, but it's a long chapter. But I've never had more fun with it, honestly, other than my first playthrough. It's really fun to think this through. I love the units that we're using.
So, that sounds excellent.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
See you next time.